So let's start with the first topic, which is major and minor releases. Now, as most of you may be well aware, beginning last year with the release of 2023 of Bentley products, the product branding has changed as well as the versioning has changed. And so I just want to make sure everybody's aware of that because it gives you a very simple way to tell if a release, for example, is a major or a minor. So I'm going to just use OpenRoads Designer 2023 as an example. This would also apply, say, for example, to MicroStation 2023 or OpenRail Designer 2023 or any other Bentley vertical product. So what you can see here is you've got really four numbers, and I want to focus on the numbering. The first number, of course, will be the year. So, obviously OpenRoads Designer 2023 begins with 23. This year's release of 24 would begin with 24, and so on and so forth. The second number is your major version sequence number. The third number is your what's called the minor version. And then the fourth number is just the build number. Now, what's important to know is this. If either of those first two numbers change, then you are dealing with a major release. And that is going to require an upgrade of your project data. Okay, so it's a really easy way to tell. Just look at the number. If either of those first two numbers change, it's a major release, and then it's going to require an upgrade. If only the third number changes, then you are dealing with a minor version or a minor release, and it will not require an upgrade from the previous version. In fact, it can be used interchangeably. And so, again, those are the things to keep in mind. Very easy, simple way to tell if a release is major or if a release is minor. Now, let me just walk through very quickly an example of this and just kind of show you. This is completely hypothetical, but it just kind of gives you an idea. So let's look at OpenRoads 23 release. And we actually released OpenRoads 2023 last year. That is the version number that we released, 23.0000129. That was a major version, okay, because the first number changed. Now, let's say that we hypothetically release an update to that and only the third number changes. Well, that immediately can tell you that that's just a minor version. So it doesn't require any kind of data upgrade. The data created with that could be used interchangeably with the first release there that we just showed. You could move. One user could have the 129 version. The other user could have the update. You could just go back and forth. There is no upgrade or anything required to move data between the major and minor release there. Now, let's say later on, and again, this is all hypothetical. Let's just say that we did another release, and in this case, we changed the second number. Again, that's a major update. Notice also we would change the branding. Instead of just calling it OpenRoads 2023, we would call it OpenRoads 2023 Update 1. So that would also tell you that it is a major release. Now, again, continue with our hypothetical. Let's say we did another release, but we only changed the third number. Again, that would just be a minor release of that previous update, and data, could just be moved interchangeably with those two. And then, of course, we get to 24. We're in a new year. That first number changes. You are once again looking at a major version. It's just helpful to know how the versioning works, when something's a major, when something's a minor, and whether or not it requires an upgrade. Also, just to be aware, anytime you get a major version, it can always be installed side by side with any previous version. So, a major version of OpenRoads Designer 2023, for example, that we released last year could be installed alongside 10.10 or 10.11 or 10.12, anything at all. A minor version, however, it's not that simple. It cannot be installed side by side with a previous release of the same version. So, for example, the hypothetical that we used earlier where we had release, the commercial release, the 23.00.00.129, if we came out with an update, a minor release, then you could not install that minor release side by side. It only replaces or updates its previous major release. So hopefully that answers a few questions about branding and versioning, and just wanted to kind of lay some groundwork there before we get into the other topics.
Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with others. If you want to see more like it, please consider subscribing to this and Bentley's other channels. Thank you, and see you next time.